So you want to start listing on Facebook Marketplace, but you're not sure which items to list and how to go about doing it. Well, look no further. Be sure to smash the like button because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do just that. We're going to go through which items I look for when I'm listing on a Facebook Marketplace and how to go about doing so manually so you don't have to pay for software and you know how to do it all on your own so you can get started right away. The process isn't that hard, but I'm going to go in depth. There's been some updates since the last time I did a video like this, so be sure to actually watch it even if you are the intermediate or advanced, because there has been some new things. Facebook is always changing. And as always, if you're a beginner here or brand new, be sure to check out the free Facebook Marketplace PDF that we have on 5 reasons to get started. And we did just launch Facebook Marketplace 2.0, which is down in the description as well. It's like 31 new updated videos, and we're already gonna start working on 3.0 because there's been so many updates. So without further ado, let's go into my computer. We're gonna talk about which items I list very quickly and then how to go about listing them perfectly to get the best possible listing you can. All right, so here we are inside of my computer, and let's go over first items that you should be selling on Facebook Marketplace, and then we're gonna get into listing your first item as a complete beginner. So first off, we're getting close to the summer season here, and what do people like to do in the summer? They like to camp. So one thing that's really big in just summer in general is gonna be the sports and outdoors section. So this is kind of what I went with. I clicked here, I went to camping and hiking, I went to camping gear. There's other things to click on. I clicked on tents, and then I clicked on camping tents, and we got here. So now we have a bunch of tents, but how do we know which ones we want to sell? Well, first off, don't do sponsored anything. You want to be looking at these items, and you want to be looking at the amount of reviews that they have if you're using Walmart as a supplier, Amazon as a supplier, other websites that offer reviews and a star ranking system as a supplier, because at that point in time, you can tell if this item is going to be good from the beginning without having to, list up a bad item that it, usually comes broken or comes with a missing piece. There's problematic items that will always be there, and you'd rather know beforehand than having to find out on your own. Like, I used to sell this turkey fryer all the time. It sold nonstop, but one issue with it, it was made out of very thin metal. So it would always show up broken with like a damaged lid or like a damaged pot. You don't want to deal with all of that. So, the review system helps you find that and weed those out right away. Also, I don't like to sell breakable items, like say picture frames, because they're glass or anything glass or ceramic, things like that I try to avoid. Things that are way too big, I try to avoid, and just things that you can't really make that much of a profit on, very low price items, I avoid those as well. So I think anything above 4 stars is obviously gonna be great, but 3.5 stars and above is probably what you wanna be looking for with at least 50 reviews. So, 3 stars at 24, I would avoid this item, but I would go for this item, 4 stars at 374. This one's okay. 4 stars at 317. So basically I scrolled down, eventually I found this one. 4.5 stars at 226 reviews. So this one's pretty good. $169. You can make a good profit on it. Some of these are pretty cheap, like 68, 24. Like, you're not gonna make that much money on it compared to this one. That's a 22-piece camping set. So basically I got this item and here it is. So 4.4, pretty damn good. You can read the comments, but I trust them so far. So it's gonna be free shipping. You wanna make sure you know what the shipping and the price is. Walmart's always free on anything above $35. And at this point in time, you really just wanna get the images. So I use a screenshotting tool called Light Shot. It's this purple feather right here. Oh, my face might be over it. It's called Light Shot. It's a purple feather. At that point in time, I just screenshot the images. So you can click on them, let it load, screenshot it, and then save as. You could also right click on the image and save it, but it might have metadata in it, and people talk about how, the data from the supplier's website might, get tripped in Facebook system. So just to avoid that, we screenshot things. And then screenshot, I think Facebook allows 12 images, I forget. I almost never do all of them, but there's a lot of images. Screenshot the ones first off if there's like a nature type scene like this, because this looks more natural. Facebook has said that they prefer if it's not a stock image, if you can avoid it. So this would be the best way to go about it because it doesn't look like a stock image. And then you don't need to take images, obviously, of like things like this. It's not that helpful. So I took a good amount of them. I already screenshotted them and I saved them in my computer. So from here, we need to go into Facebook. We go into Facebook, we go into Marketplace, and then we click Create New Listing. When you click Create New Listing, we want to click Item for Sale. Some people might have the bulk item for sale. Some accounts have it, some don't. Don't worry about that. Let's just do one item for sale. We are beginner here. And then from here, we get brought to this section. First things first, you need to add your photos. So when you add your photos, I usually like to keep a folder with them, and then you can just highlight them all, and then click open and add them. It allows 10 photos, so can't take all of them that were on Walmart anyways. At this point in time, you can drag them around. So I dragged this one to the beginning because I think that this one's gonna be the best. Then we can go here, 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 and here. You can go get more, but just for the purpose of this video, I'm trying to make it as concise as possible, we'll just use these 6. Now, what's next? So we got our images. You can scroll through them here. It looks beautiful. And then at this point in time, we're gonna need a title. We can go to Walmart and we can get the title. One thing I don't like to do is keep the brand name in the title. So we're gonna get rid of that immediately. So we're gonna paste that in and we're gonna get rid of this. Facebook does allow for a lot of characters. I forget what the exact amount is in the title. And you're gonna want something more than this. Although it does say 22-piece camping tent combo, it's not bad. You're gonna wanna put more keywords in the title. They always talk about that. That's gonna get you the most. One thing that's pretty big, I think, is that it sleeps 4. So you can go through with things that you think should be added in right away. You can also scroll down here and read some of this, 2 sleeping bags, things like that. You can even read the comments. Sometimes they'll say like, oh, this includes these words in the review, although it doesn't say that here. Tent type, dome tent. It's a dome tent. I think that that's important if you're a camper. It already says tent, so I'm gonna put dome. One thing I like to do also is just like, once you get what the item is across, like, then you can just start spamming keywords. So I usually do something like this, 22-piece camping tent combo, and then this is all gonna be the keywords, like sleeps 4, dome tent, other things like that. So then comma, and then one thing you can use is this program called Title Builder. So if you go to Title Builder, it's free. You click on Title Builder right here. title-builder.com. You type in what it is, a tent, and then it's gonna give you all the the words for it. So one thing I would say is instead of sleeps 4, we could say 4 person. I think that that's better. And although it doesn't say camp, it says camping. I'm just gonna add in the word camp, outdoor, waterproof. Is it waterproof? Check if it's waterproof. And then just start putting in more keywords there. You're gonna eventually run out of keywords to put in, or if you think it's good, it's good. So for the sake of time, we're gonna move on. Price, it's $169. I'm gonna mark it up to something like $240. You wanna make a good profit on it, but you also don't want it to be outrageous. You don't wanna say, oh, it's 350 bucks and you're doubling the price of the item. From here, you need to pick a category. Facebook recently has been updating it so that you can, pick, it basically guesses your category based off your title, and then you can just click one. So tents and shelters, I think would be the best. One thing you wanna make sure is when you click the category, click right here and make sure that says shipping available. It does. So that means we can put shipping on it, we can drop ship it, and we're good to go. Condition, new, and then description. A lot of people will put specific things in the description. You can look around at what other people are saying in the description on Facebook. They'll put like, oh, easy delivery and like emojis and stuff like that. But one thing that's number one important is you just take the description from Walmart, but you want to make sure that, first off, I don't like putting these things in here. It's like, feel comfortable on your next outdoor adventure. Like nobody's going to type that if they're a real person. Like nobody on Marketplace is typing that about their anything. But what they're going to do is, probably put the actual dimensions and everything like that in there. So you're going to want to get these. And then from here, you're going to paste that in. You can put whatever else you want. You're going to have to separate it based off, this ends at carry all bags. So it's going to be like right here. And I would say includes. And then, some form of a bullet point, things like that, easy assembly. This has a lot in it. So, I'm not going to go through all of it. And then you can just start breaking apart the bullet points. You can put what else in there, but just make sure that it heavily describes what it is, and that you get rid of anything that says, the title or the brand if you don't want that in there, because Ozark Trail is a brand that's owned by Walmart. So you kind of want to, mitigate that. And then just make sure it gives everything all like a very in-depth description, but also doesn't give too much, like tells just useless things like, oh, feel very comfortable on your next camping trip. That doesn't make any sense. So available quantity, I usually put 10. The reason why I put 10 is yes, they could sell out, but I've seen some horror stories where people put like 100, the item went out of stock, they weren't awake or something, and then they sold like 45 of them overnight and they can't fulfill them, they have to cancel them all. For the sake of you being a beginner, put 5, put 10, put whatever you want, but put a little bit more than 1. And then now they have the option to do variations. We're not going to be talking about that. And then everything else here is optional. You don't have to put it in there, but tent type, it's a camping tent. Why not add extra things in here? Brand, I don't usually put the brand, like I said. tent sleeping capacity for person. And then product tags. You can put in the same stuff here. They're trying to either see if they're going to phase out, keep, or get rid of product tags. So some people might not have this. I currently have it on this account. So camping. And then it's just like tags, kind of like adding just like keywords to your YouTube video or anything like that. Hashtags to your Instagram posts. It's pretty much the same thing. Outdoors. But there's really no way to check which is what's good and what's best. It's kind of a guess, honestly. For a person, things like that, you can add up to 20 of them. And then a SKU. If you want to add in a SKU, usually I would take the supplier, abbreviate it like Walmart's, WAL in my mind. And then you can take like the item number from Walmart, which is right here. And then at least you can like kind of track it. And then boost after listing. Boost listing after publish. I don't do this. This is like paying extra money to boost your listing when you don't even, I spelled person wrong, that's embarrassing. Where you don't even know if this item is going to sell well. If you know that this is an item that's going to sell well or it's sold in the past or anything like that, then I think that's the best time to boost a listing, but not right now. It doesn't make any sense. Hide from friends. I do that just to not piss off the people that are friends on my page. And then your location, whatever your location is. And then shipping method or delivery method. I always do just shipping only. I don't want people messaging me about local pickup or I live here, like, can I come pick this up and things like that. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. So shipping only. And then if you don't have the shipping method set up yet, then this is the step where you're gonna have to set it up if you're brand new to this. Then use your own shipping label. And then usually I just do free shipping. So at that point in time, the shipping rate would be $0. It's free shipping, use your own label. And then you're good to go. That's pretty much it. So you're just going to click next. You can list it to groups if you want, but I never list it to groups. I think it's stupid. And then at that point in time, you're just going to click publish. When you click publish, it's going to go through a review phase of maybe a couple minutes to possibly up to like an hour. And at that point in time, it will be listed. If it's a hit, you'll see views coming in. If it's kind of a dud, you'll usually not see views coming in very quickly. If it's under like 100 views in the first day, it's probably a dud, or 100 views in the first like couple days, it's probably a dud. Anyway, and you'll see if the item is taking off, you'll see it in the views. Like I've gotten items that get a couple thousand views in the first hour. I've gotten items that get 3 views in the first month. So, you know, you can tell pretty much. It's pretty much a given. And that's about it. So hopefully this was helpful on how to list your first item. I try to go through as in depth as possible. First with finding the great item. Then with listing it, I didn't go through 100% fully like doing the listing, but pretty much customize your description in any way that you want. You can add emojis and stuff. You can add emojis into the title. You can add as much information or as little information as you want. But the more time and effort that you put into each listing, the better. But you need to make sure that your time and effort put in is paying off in sales. You know, it's kind of a balancing act. So hope this video was helpful. Like I said, if you're a beginner, be sure to check down below for a PDF also for free on why to get started with Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. We just launched Facebook Marketplace Dropshipping 2.0 and our Marketplace Mastery 2.0. And yeah, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification, get notified every time I drop a video like this. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. We answer every single one. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.